Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and we are now live for another transfer news update video, Football Live, where I'll be talking about a lot. Of course, Sancho, then there's Varane, then there's Trippier, the CDM situation, Declan Rice and Neves, answering some of you guys' live chat. My thoughts on some of the Euro games I've watched, which players have impressed me. We'll talk a little bit about the Christian Eriksen situation, which was really sad, but luckily he's okay, and a lot of other things that happen in football, but we'll mostly be focusing on Manchester United and Manchester United news. So please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video, and any questions, of course, put them down below in the live chat. We will definitely be addressing the Sancho rumour and all of that. And as Hernan Diaz has put in with the early chat, it is fishy. He didn't feature on the bench for England today. Rumours that it was finishing the deal. You know, we're talking about this secret Jadon Sancho deal being done rumour and all of that. I do apologise, I wasn't live last night because I was out, having a few too many drinks, let's just say. But I am live tonight, and I do 5 live streams a week. I do like 1 or 2 videos and 5 live streams a week. So if you're new and you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe, because I'll be keeping you updated on all the latest Manchester United news and all that. So like, subscribe, share, and all that. We've got a few notes down to talk about. So firstly, Euro 2020 is going on. I'm sure we all know Euro 2020 is going on. Austria just played Macedonia. David Alaba looked really good. Dennis Zakaria looked really good for Switzerland the other day. And there's some, my last stream I was talking about, I don't think Man United are getting a CDM, but all of a sudden in the last few days, the Man United CDM rumour mill is heating up, and we're talking about the Ruben Neves situation, the Declan Rice situation, and what CDM Man United could be in for. Pardon me. Also, if you watched the Denmark game, Christian Eriksen went down. It was really worrying. I wasn't really watching the game, but then I was like, wait, that doesn't look right. Like I'm on my phone, but the game's in the background. I'm like, oh shit. Luckily, he's okay and all of that. And I think the way that the ref and the players dealt with that was just fantastic. That his teammates, who obviously really sad seeing him struggling to live, like all stood behind him and blocked him from media. Yeah, you have to give credit to the ref and all of that. Not sure why they filmed the wife crying. It's a bit stupid, isn't it? But everyone makes mistakes. But that situation was really sad. I thought I'd touch on the Christian Eriksen situation right at the beginning of this video, because I wasn't live yesterday, and I just think, he could have lost his life. And I think the way that how quick everyone was to respond, I think is really promising, And the fact that he's live is obviously absolutely fantastic. So that's a good thing. Hopefully he'll recover. I don't know if he'll be able to play football again because of it, but I hope him a speedy recovery. So basically, okay, you're all here. Let's talk about Man United. Then I'll read out some live chats, and then I'll talk about the Euros. Maybe we'll have a little bit of Euro conversation on here. England did do a video about England on my second channel. We are 25 subscribers away from 13.4k. So let's see if we can get that many subscribers by the end of the day. But the Sancho news, we'll talk about the Sancho news. Now, there's a rumour that the Sancho could be a done deal already. There's a rumour. Now, there was a rumour that Sancho was going to be done yesterday. I believe that wasn't done, unless it's been secretly been done. But a lot of fans are speculating, because Jadon Sancho didn't feature at all, not even on the bench for England today. Could this be because he's been busy getting his deal done? Maybe because we had 2 goalkeepers on the bench and not Jadon Sancho. Like, I'm sorry, like, Gareth. Like, you wouldn't have 2 goalkeepers on and not Jadon Sancho on the bench unless something's fishy's going on. Look, and I know I'm not the biggest Gareth Southgate fan. I know he's a very defensive manager. Has Sancho maybe missed training 2 days ago? So Southgate, because he's annoyed, he missed training to get this deal done, he's just completely wiped him off. Was Sancho secretly doing the deal today and all of that? Like, a lot of people are speculating that maybe Sancho not featuring for England could be something to do with the Jadon Sancho deal being done. Now, obviously, we know from Fabrizio Romano that the Jadon Sancho deal is imminent. We don't want to spend time on it. We want to get this deal done ASAP. We know that Sancho does not want to have this deal in the back of his mind while playing at the Euros, and wants to, get this deal done before the Euros. We know that Man United have been working very hard on this deal over the weekend, and there was a rumour that it could have been done yesterday and announced. There's a rumour the deal could be announced today, but the main rumour is, it's more speculation than rumour that this deal has secretly been done, and we're just waiting for the right time to announce it. And the fact that the deal could have even been done as early as yesterday, but we haven't. It's been very secret, and there's just some final things happening and all of that. But I mean, with Man United, with Jadon Sancho and all that, you can't believe it till you see it. I think we know Jadon Sancho will happen. I think it's a matter of when will Jadon Sancho happen. And I think with the Jadon Sancho news and the whole Jadon Sancho situation, I think we just want it to be done because we know it will happen. We just don't know when. And I think there's a lot of speculation about when it will happen. And there's rumours it could be done today. There's rumours that's why he wasn't in the England squad. But like until you get your Fabrizio Romano, here we go. We don't want to I wouldn't say I don't want to assume too much. Obviously, if you're not aware, on my live stream I did Friday night, I talked about how Fabrizio Romano said that Man United do not want to spend long in the negotiation for this. They know that the long game isn't the best strategy for Borussia Dortmund. They want to get this deal done. We obviously know that Jan says that Team Sancho thinks this is basically a done deal already. The deal is basically done. We know that Man United's first bid was rejected. We know that they then leaked stories to the English press about us looking at a cheaper alternative. We always do that just before we sign a player, which is always a good sign. And we know that obviously Jadon Sancho feels the deal is done. And Man United want to get it still done ASAP. And Sancho's pushing for this move to be done before the Euros or at the start of the Euros, so he doesn't have it bugging around him, which I think is really, really interesting news. I'm going to read out a few live chats. Don't you worry. Andrew said that Dortmund will try keep it quiet so they do not get extorted trying to replace Jadon, but United leak like no one's business. You make a good point. If the deal is done, it won't take long for United to leak that story. As soon as there's something negative said about the Glazers, if the deal is done, United would definitely leak that story. Nick Morris says, just looked that if England finished top of the group, they will end up with Portugal, France, Germany, depending on who finishes second. I do know. Maybe England do need to tactically finish second in their group and all of that. Someone's asked what's my favourite alcoholic drink. I like a good cocktail, like a Sex on the Beach juicy one, but normally a vodka Coke on a night out. That's very not related to football. I will be answering a few live chats, guys. Don't you worry. But I just want to address a little bit more news before I go straight in to all the live chats. So the Man United CDM situation has been talked about a lot more, and obviously, as I was saying, Zakaria was absolutely fantastic yesterday for Switzerland. Calvin Phillips was brilliant today, actually. Calvin Phillips was man of the match today for England, and I've been like, yeah, I'd probably take Calvin Phillips to the Euros just because, Rice is our only CDM, so we need Calvin Phillips to back up. But Calvin Phillips was a player that I never really thought about starting for England, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic today, and he's proved that he should start more for England. Now, a lot of people are saying, would I take Calvin Phillips? And yes, he had one good game, but Tyrone Mings also had a good game today. I wouldn't take both of them. And the reason I wouldn't take Calvin Phillips at Man United, and I know we're going to be linked to him now because he started off the Euros well, is because the reason Calvin Phillips was so good is because Declan Rice did such a good job defensively that Calvin Phillips had this free roam. So even though it was a CDM, he got forward and had this free roam, but he could only be this good because of the job Declan Rice did to give Calvin Phillips that free roam going forward. And I think we need a CDM that's going to give Pogba that free roam. Whereas with Calvin Phillips, he's quite good going forward. If you have Declan Rice, Pogba, and McTominay can do that three-roam role that Calvin Phillips did, I think, because he was more of an advanced CDM. That's the only reason I want to say Calvin Phillips. I thought it was absolutely brilliant today, and a lot of people said, we should get Calvin Phillips. But I'm like, you know what? The reason I think he was so good is Declan Rice. I thought Declan Rice was fantastic. Calvin Phillips was my man of the match. But I think his role was so supported by the job that Declan Rice did, a very, very underrated job, and I don't want to say I want to play off the Euros because, Tyrone Mings had a good game. Tyrone Mings could have a good Euros. Do I want Tyrone Mings? No, but yeah, England were good today. I thought Calvin Phillips was good, and there's a lot of rumours about Man United getting a CDM. Now, I'm going to read out two stories about us getting a CDM. So the first one came from 90 Minutes, and they said that Manchester United are very keen on signing Ruben Neves. This is not the first time we've been linked to Ruben Neves. We know with Nuno leaving Wolves that Nuno leaving Wolves that Ruben Neves is likely to leave Wolves, and he's pushing for a move out of Wolves. And apparently Bruno Fernandes is giving glowing reference of his international colleague, and he's chatting up Neves, and Man United want Neves. The 90 Minute also said that Declan Rice would be Manchester United's ideal centre midfield target, but West Ham don't seem to be open to selling him, as we know. If we want Declan Rice, we've got to give them Lingard and about 60, 70 million quid. While Ruben Neves could potentially cost half the price of Declan Rice, which is a consideration for Manchester United. So 90 Minutes saying, look, we'd love Declan Rice, but it doesn't look like West Ham are selling him, so we'd have to break the bank, and Ruben Neves would be half the price. And look, I don't think 90 Minutes like our tier 1, tier 2 reliable source, but it's saying United would look at Neves because he's cheaper to Declan Rice. And we know United, we know facts that if a player is cheaper than another player, United will be more interested in the other player. So I think this story is quite logical. And a lot of people ask me on my thoughts on Ruben Neves. I know a lot of people that really like Ruben Neves. I know a lot of people that don't like. I thought this time a year ago, I would have happily taken Ruben Neves at Manchester United. And I think he's a very, very good player. But I don't think he's the CDM for Man United because he's not the CDM that's going to unlock Pogba or unlock Bruno like Declan Rice could. And this season, Ruben Neves has definitely underperformed for Wolves. My stepdad's a Wolves fan. We watch a lot of Ruben Neves. He has been disappointing. Maybe it's the players around him. Would I take Ruben Neves for 25 million? Yeah, if he was that cheap, fine. I'd take him. I'd take Ruben Neves over no CDM. But I don't know if he's the CDM for United. But then he's young, he's growing. But I just think he's a little bit more advanced than the CDM. But I'm a big fan of Ruben Neves. But the rumour is that we are looking at CDMs, and Declan Rice and Ruben Neves are on there. Maybe Sakaria, after the Euros he's having, will probably be up there, because Sakaria will be like 30 million quid because he's got 1 year left of his contract. So not sure why United aren't looking at Sakaria. Like, if we're looking for a £40 million Trippier, why aren't we looking at £30 million Sakaria, guys? I don't know what your thoughts on that is. Locatelli, yeah, Locatelli looked really, really good. I would love Locatelli at Manchester United, but I just have this feeling we're not going to get Locatelli. This person says, do you think instead of Rice and Basuma as CDM, we should try Calvin Phillips? As I said earlier, I think Calvin Phillips was brilliant today, but I think Declan Rice freed up Calvin Phillips. I think that was the thing. A lot of Tyrone Mings links every day. I hear about Mings. Hopefully we won't get Mings. I thought he was very, very good today, but I don't think he's the man for Man United. Someone just said, what did they miss? They just turned up to the stream. What did they miss? Well, there's this whole like Sancho speculation that the Sancho to Man United deal was already done. You know, Sancho didn't feature for England at all at the Euros. There's a lot of speculation on Sancho, the future of Sancho. Is this deal secretly been done? United waiting for the good time to announce to the people like Fabrizio Romano that this deal's done. Is Sancho already a Man United player? We know that Man United want the deal done ASAP. You know, that's the rumour. We'll also be talking about Varane to Man United. It looks like we're still very much in for Varane, and we have a good chance of Varane. We look like we're getting priced out of Trippier, but we're going to see if we can get Trippier. And now we're in for a CDM, which is really, really promising, which links to the next story I was going to read. And this has come from the Manchester Evening News. And the Manchester Evening News says, it's expected to be a busy summer at Old Trafford, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looking to improve his Manchester United squad with a number of key additions. The Manchester Evening News follow up by saying United's priority is a right winger, which is Sancho, a centre-back, which is Varane, Kounde or Pau Torres, a right-back, which is Trippier, and a defensive midfielder. And it's pretty clear that United want a right winger, a centre-back, a right-back, and a DM. And we know we're getting the right wing and we know we're getting the centre-back, but will we be getting the backup right-back and will we be getting the DM? I really hope we do, but I don't know with United. I do not know. But it's really good that it's starting to be mentioned that we do want a CDM more. The only interesting thing is it's not come from like a Fabrizio Romano or a Jan that we want a CDM. It's not come from foreign journalists, so I'm worried it's an English PR spin. But then I'm like, if we are on the verge of signing Sancho, we wouldn't need to PR spin, would we? I don't know. Maybe not. But United are PR FC, change the narrative FC, change the media look FC. We're talking to one of our signings, Rafael Varane. It has been told that from ABC Espanol, that Real Madrid will sell Rafael Varane this summer if he doesn't sign a new deal at the club. And that's pretty obvious. And Manchester United are keen on him. Madrid's aim is to secure about 60 million euros, which is 50 million for him, as they can already thinking about how they can sort out this transfer. Real Madrid just got Alaba on a free. Like they're trying to get 50 mil for Varane. I think United would be in a position to knock that down. And there's one more story I'm going to read out, and I'm going to really struggle to read this out. But Man United apparently going to hijack a Liverpool signing. The reason I'm going to struggle to read this out is because I don't know how to pronounce the name. But this is coming from Anfield Central, saying that Manchester United looks set to hijack the signing of Ghanaian youngster Fatawu Issahaku. Don't know if I said that right. United have a far larger financial package until he secures his work permit, and Liverpool fear the deal for Insaku could be poached at the 11th hour. So apparently Liverpool want to sign this good youngster, and Man United are going to poach it for Liverpool. And if it means we're taking someone from Liverpool, I'm all about the deal. I don't know who this is. I never heard of him. I probably didn't say his name right. But if we're poaching a player from Liverpool, I'm all for that deal to happen. Guys, please do hit that like button and subscribe down below if you haven't already. We are on the road to 14,000 subscribers. We are 25 subs away from 13.7k. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe down below. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out a few more live chats. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat. And then, of course, I will address a little bit more news. Andrew says he rates Neves, but honestly, he doesn't think he would be like the DM we need. He'd much rather have Basuma. Neves is more of a DLP protected by a back five. And I do agree with that. I think, it looks like United are in for Neves, and we know Neves will leave Wolves. There's a chance we can get Neves, but I don't know if Neves is the player for Manchester United. So I do very much agree with that comment. Anto said if Manchester United signed Jadon Sancho for 90 million euros, then it's over. There will be no more signings. Forget about Rice. I think there will be like a centre-back signing of Sancho, but I don't think we'll sign a DM. This guy says Locatelli. What are your guys' thoughts on Locatelli? The more I watch and hear about Locatelli, the more I want him at United. I think he's a very affordable CDM. Someone said instead of signing a 30-year-old Trippier, better play Dalot 22. I mean, I think it's like if we buy Trippier for more than we sell Dalot, it's a little bit like, oh, okay, that's a that's a little bit questionable. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Please do hit that like button and subscribe down below, because we are 25 subscribers away from 13.7k. So if we have a good stream, I'd love to hit 13.7k by the end of the stream. Phillips better. I have been telling people throughout the season he's cheaper. Phillips or Rice. If Phillips was the better one today, I'd still take Rice, but Phillips would be cheaper. Calvin Phillips was absolutely brilliant today. He was my man of the match for the England game, and a lot of fans are talking about Calvin Phillips. Should Man United be looking at Calvin Phillips? And as brilliant as Calvin Phillips was today, as much as I like the look of Calvin Phillips, I just think he was so good because Declan Rice did such a good defensive job, but Calvin Phillips had this freedom to free roam. And I also think Zakaria, 30 million abroad, probably cheaper than Phillips. Locatelli would probably cost less than Phillips. So as good as Phillips was today, I would still be taking Zakaria and Locatelli over Phillips, because I think they would be cheaper and they're more out-and-out CDM. And probably Basuma over Phillips, although if Arsenal get Basuma, I'm just going to act like he's shit, because, you know, Arsenal agenda. No, I'm joking, but yeah. I wonder when Sancho will be announced. It's a very, very good question from JB. I think we all know that the Sancho deal will happen. I think it's a matter of when will the Sancho deal happen. You know, we want this deal to be announced. Will they announce it during the Euros? Unlikely. Could we get here we go from Fabrizio Romano during Euros? Likely. Now, obviously, there's a rumour this deal is done, and that's why, you know, the whole, like, Sancho not featuring for England at all and all of that. Possibly this deal could be done in the United. But this is rumour that they've secretly done this deal, and it could be announced tonight, it could be announced tomorrow, or they want to keep it secret for longer. But if Man United into the press, they have to leak everything to the press. Do you know what I mean? But there is a big rumour about the Jadon Sancho deal being done, which is really, really interesting, guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe down below. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat. We're talking about Varane and Sancho to Man United. The rumour that the Sancho deal could be secretly done. That's why he was completely wiped off the bench. 2 goalkeepers ahead of Sancho on the bench. Maybe he missed a training session to talk to United, get his deal over the line. Maybe he was getting the deal over the line. We'll also be talking about Varane to Manchester United. United look likely to be signing Rafa Varane. Well, I say likely. It's Varane, Kounde or Torres, I believe, for the centre-back situation. And after the Euros, United want to whip up and get this Rafael Varane deal done. They think they can get him for about 40 million quid. Real Madrid holding out for 50 million quid. And of course, the CDM situation. News coming out today that Man United are in for a CDM. I'm 23 subscribers away from 12.8k. Sorry, from 13.8k. 23 subs away from 13.8k. So please do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Someone says announce Messi, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo. I mean, if United sign Messi, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo, fair play, and all of that. Someone says, good evening, Alice Talks Live. My name's Steve from South Africa. Nice to meet you. Love your show. Like your pink shirt. You're beautiful. Pink shirt, beautiful. Thanks. Thank you very much for the comment. Any questions for me, please do put them down below in the live chat. Diego says, England needs Sancho for the later part of the Euros. And we'll talk about England a little bit, but we are going to talk about United. The one thing I did like about Sterling playing today, and the one thing I thought is like, okay, Grealish should play over Sterling. Grealish is better than Sterling. But I don't think you should play Grealish and Foden as your wingers, because they're both technical. I think you need one winger for pace and one winger for technicability. So for me, it would be Grealish on the left and Sancho on the right. Sancho, because he can, obviously he's quite technical, but he's got that speed, you know. Sancho, Rashford or Sterling on the right and Grealish on the left for me, because I think as much, you know, Phil Foden, because of the way England play, you know, we're on the front foot for the first 20 minutes, but then we went quite negative. Phil Foden can't get in the game unless we play good attacking football, whereas Sterling can, because he's got that pace to run in behind and do those dribbles in behind. And I do have to say, Raheem Sterling was brilliant today. And I think what Raheem Sterling showed us is that even though I want to Grealish over Sterling, is we need a technical winner. We need a sprinter winger, I think. I don't think we can use Grealish and Foden as our wingers because they're both technical. You need a Sancho, a Sterling, or Sancho, Sterling, or Rashford on one side and a Grealish or Foden on the other side. I think you need a mix of pace and technicality because, you know, pace you can run in behind, and with the way England play quite negative, Phil Foden had a good 20 minutes and was a ghost. He was just not involved. Harry Kane couldn't get involved because we did play quite negative football. Talking of the England game, but we will go back to Manchester United. We will go back to the Manchester United news. If you're not already subscribed, guys, please do subscribe. 22 subscribers away from 13.8k. So subscribe. Let's see if we can hit 13.8k by the end of the stream. For Trippier, rather than they have Dalot as backup, I can see us signing Trippier, keep Dalot, and sign centre-back Torres, Botman, or Kounde. And I have to say, Kieran Trippier could... Apparently, our only hopes of signing Kieran Trippier is if we pay 40 million euros, which is about £35 million. And what I have to say about that is, okay, I said this before, Sumer, a £20 million CDM, gone to Leicester. Koopman is a £20 million CDM, gone to Atalanta. Apparently, we're happy to pay 40 million on Kieran Trippier and just make our loss on Delo, but not spend 20 million on Sumer or Koopmans at CDM. I mean, that is mad. That is mad. I mean, look, I like the idea of Kieran Trippier coming in as a backup right back to have that Tellers impact on Wan-Bissaka like Tellers did on Luke Shaw. But I wouldn't pay more than £15 million for Kieran Trippier, because at the end of the day, we do need a backup right back, because we need to let Brandon Williams go on over his career. Maybe you keep Tuanzebe to play backup right back out of position. But CDM for a backup right back, because it's a backup right back. It's not a starting player. I do have to say that. And obviously, the news is that Jadon Sancho deal has secretly been done. That's why it's been dropped. It's more of a rumour. It's not news. We don't know if it's done. But definitely keep an eye on the Jadon Sancho news over the next week. I think this Jadon Sancho news could be an out. I think we could get here we go for Jadon Sancho during the Euros, because I don't think United want to play the long game. And as we know from Fabrizio Romano, we want to get this deal done. And obviously, we want to get this Varane deal done. We want to sign Varane. We want to sign Kounde, I think this transfer window is Jadon Sancho first, a centre-back second, and then towards the end of the window, we might get a backup right-back in Aarons or Trippier. We might get a CDM. Guys, please hit that like button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes by the end of the stream. And please subscribe down below. I'm on the road to 14k subscribers, 20 subs away from 13.8k. So subscribe for daily Manchester United content. If we sign Sancho, when the Sancho deal is announced, I'll be live straight away. If we're close to signing a player, I'll be live. Any relevant Manchester United news, I'll be live updating you that on all the latest. Says that Zakaria looked good, but he's still a shadow of himself compared to the season before last on account of his injury. Hopefully he gets his full athleticism back and more. And I do agree. Zakaria has had some injury problems, but Man United desperately need a CDM. And if you look at Dennis Zakaria, he was absolutely brilliant for Switzerland. He's still young. He's very, very mobile, and he's very, very quick, and he's physical. I think, he's tall and he's quick and he's a CDM and he's young and he has 1 year left on his contract at Borussia Mönchengladbach. He plays in the Bundesliga. You can get him for an affordable price. I would happily take Dennis Zakaria at Manchester United. I'd happily take him. He's very, very good. Someone says, Yutsa says, the cynic in me thinks the Varane links are similar to the Ramos links a few years ago, just using our name to get a better deal from Real Madrid. You make a solid point. But I generally, the news is that Varane has no intent on signing a new deal. I have a feeling Varane will leave. Maybe he's using Man United to get a better deal in some sense or form. But I have a feeling Varane will leave. Please do. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat, guys. If you've just joined my live stream, we're talking about the rumours that the Sancho deal has been done secretly. And I wrote a list in my last live stream talking about why I think the Sancho deals basically happened. I said in my live stream confidently, we will sign Sancho this summer. It's just a matter of when we sign Sancho this summer. Have we already signed him right now? Who knows? Are we going to announce signing Sancho tomorrow? Who knows? But the reason I said that we will sign Sancho this summer, it's a matter of when, not will, is because we knew since April that Dortmund wanted £80 million for Sancho, and we wouldn't go in for a second time and agree personal terms with Sancho a second time, and knowing for months he's going to cost us £80 million to get if we had no intention of getting him. We were willing to pay £80 million for Sancho last summer, so we would definitely be willing to pay £80 million for him this summer. We wouldn't again go in for Sancho for a second year in a row if we weren't going to get him, and we knew he's £80 million or nothing by July 23rd, because if we don't get him, the fallout will be too big that the Glazers can't take it. The Super League fucked the Glazers over, not signing Sancho last summer fucked the Glazers over, the protest, the Glazers. And another reason is, we need a CDM and a centre-back more than we need Sancho. I've said this before. We need a centre-back and a CDM more than we need Sancho. But why is Sancho the priority? Because the Glazers are sitting there going, which signing is going to get our shirt sales up? We've got pressure from our sponsors because the shirt sales are falling. Sancho. Which signing is going to win the fans back the most? Sancho. Which signing is going to get a PR and social media clicks up the most? Sancho. And the fifth and final reason why we will sign Sancho is why haven't we announced our new shirt for next season? We're linking it with the Sancho deal. And as I said earlier, some people say, oh, is this Sancho deal going to happen? Is it not going to happen? The deal will happen because the cycle with Man United and transfers is we're really, really close to signing a player. We put in our first bid that's 10 million or so under. And then once our first bid gets rejected, we leak loads of stories that we're looking at alternatives, Kingsley Coman, Ousmane Dembele, and they only get linked by English media. It's only English media talking about it because we think Sancho's too expensive in a last attempt to see if Dortmund will lower the price, then boom, the fourth stage will be signing a player. Now, we've done the first 3 stages of the Man United transfer cycle. It's the 4th stage next. And the Jadon Sancho not being in the England squad at all and 2 goalkeepers being there and not Sancho's a bit fishy. Did he miss a training session to get this deal done over the line? Is he been in talks with Man United? Is Man United the reasons 2 goalies are on the bench and not Sancho? Very, very fishy. But as I said, I think the Sancho deal will happen in summer. It's a matter of when it will happen. Could the deal be announced tonight? Could it be announced tomorrow? Could it be announced after the years? What we do know is Fabrizio Romano said that Man United know the long game is not the best strategy. They want to get this deal done ASAP. But I thought I would bring that up because that was something I talked about in yesterday's live stream. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football down below. I'm doing daily Manchester United content. So if you want to be updated on all the latest Manchester United news, as soon as we sign a player, I'm live. If we're about to sign a player, I'm live. Any relevant news and rumours, I will be live. And all of that. Someone says back up right back, lol, Trippier, the best left back in the world. Trust Southgate, please. I have to say, talking of Trippier, why did he play Trippier left back? I'm sorry. You've got Champions League winner Chilwell, who I know defensively is niche. You've got Luke Shaw, player of the season, sitting on the bench where you can play 2 right backs and Trippier and Walker that are aging and aren't going to be around for your next tournament. Luke Shaw should have started today, and I tell you why Luke Shaw should have started, because everything we did bad defensively came down that left-hand side. So many crosses coming in. Let so many crosses in down the left-hand side because Trippier was played out of position. Also, Harry Kane got no service because there was no first-time crosses getting to him. The best service for Kane and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which are the 2 strikers we've taken, is first-time crosses because they've got really good aerial ability. If you play Luke Shaw, because he's left-footed, he can whip in that first-time cross. Sterling made so many good runs. Sterling was brilliant today, but he didn't have much support from Trippier. He couldn't do those quick 1-2s. He couldn't lay it off to Luke Shaw and Luke Shaw whip it into Kane and do that first-time pass because Trippier's right-footed. Luke Shaw's left-footed. And I think it was really important that we should have had a left-footed centre-back today as well, if you want my honest opinion. So I thought that was a very, very silly of Southgate to play Trippier, if you want my honest thoughts. I just think Walker wasn't good today. I would have moved Trippier right back. I would have brought Luke Shaw on left back, and I probably would have brought Grealish on for Foden. I don't want to talk too much about the England game, but when we played on the front foot, we looked really good. We played on the front foot for the opening 20 minutes, and then we played on the front foot for 10 minutes in the second half when we scored. But when we don't play on the front foot, players like Foden ghost, players like Kane ghost, and they're our future, well, especially Foden, but they're like our best players, 100%. Guys, please do hit that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football on the road to 14,000 subscribers. Can I hit 14,000 subscribers by the end of June? We are 8 subscribers away from 13.8k, 8 subs away from 13.8k. So get subscribing, 8 subs to go. Someone says, here we go. Oh my God, the minute we get a here we go for Jadon Sancho, the minute we get that here we go from Fabrizio Romano, there will be one fucking party-ass live. I tell you what, the minute there's a here we go from Fabrizio Romano regarding Jadon Sancho, there will be such a sexy live. I tell you that now. Honestly. If you just joined the live stream, we're also talking about the Manchester United CDM situation. Manchester United apparently very keen on signing Ruben Neves. We'd ideally like Declan Rice, but because Declan Rice is not affordable, and because he's not pushing to leave West Ham and West Ham won't sell, and Ruben Neves is pushing to leave Wolves, Man United could in fact sign Ruben Neves as a CDM, which would be interesting. And the story from the Manchester Evening News is that this summer Man United want to sign Sancho, a centre-back, a CDM and a backup right-back. And it looks like we're going to get Sancho. Will that centre-back be Varane? Will it be Kounde? Will it be Romero? Will it be Botman? Or will it be Pau Torres? Who knows? Will it even be Tyrone Mings? Will it be Ben White? There's a rumour Ben White is going to Arsenal. And will that right-back be Kieran Trippier? Please do, if you have any questions, put them down below in the live chat. I'm going to read out as many live questions as I can and all of that. Jadon Sancho says, subscribe to Alice Talks Football for the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, such as my transfer. Remember, you heard it first from Alice. Yeah, all the latest on Sancho. The minute Sancho signs for United, the minute it's official, there will be a sick-ass live. So please do subscribe. Road to 14th pay. O.RJ says, personally, he'd get Neves. He's very young and aggressive, can shoot from distance. What more do you want? I do admire Neves, but I've watched him a lot of this season. He's underperformed. And I'm thinking an out-and-out CDM that's going to give Pogba that freedom. Calvin Phillips was so good today, as I said earlier, because Declan Rice gave Calvin Phillips almost a free roam, the ability to just free roam around the pitch, because Declan Rice did such a good job today. Declan Rice did today, so Pogba can be advanced, assuming Pogba stays. And if Pogba doesn't say Donny can be advanced, because when Donny's on the ball and Donny plays with Bruno, they do connect well, they do play together well, I have to admit. Alice, do you think Sancho will arrive after the Euros? Honestly, Sancho, I think, will sign this summer. I think it's a matter of when will Sancho sign this summer, and I fucking hope he signs before the Euros. You know, this Sancho, there's a lot of rumours that this deal's secretly being done. There's a lot of rumours this deal's going to be done this week. United, all I can say is with Sancho, it's just keep your Fabrizio Romano notifications on and wait till you get that here we go, because, you know, rumours. I've got like, ugh. Rumours. They're going to be the death of me. And I just want Sancho to come so I can do that. Oh, we signed Sancho. Anto, who is a Liverpool fan, says, if Manchester United don't sign Sancho, then you can protest all you want, but don't do it before the match. It's a disgrace. Manchester United fans did before the Liverpool game. It's a disgrace. I disagree with this comment, Anto. I think the fact that we took the Liverpool game off sends a massive message. I think the fact that, that people were harmed was a disgrace, but I thought the protest was really, really telling. And I have no issue with protests calling off games, because I think at the end of the day, as much as I wanted to watch Man U Liverpool, I think getting the Glazers out is the most important thing that we could ever do for this club as a fan base. And do you think Sancho will be better at Man United compared to Dortmund? Possibly. The thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a lot of people ask if Sancho will flop. Well, one thing I will give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer full credit for is our attacking players have improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Our young attacking players have improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can question the defensive coaching, you can question the midfield coaching, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is an attacker, and our attacking players have improved under Ole. Rashford, I know he dropped off the end of the season, but when Ole first came in and now he's improved, like you'd hope he would because he's young. Not Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, 100% improved. We signed Cavani, who we thought would be a flop, wasn't a flop. Martial, I know he had an off-season, but he improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Amad Diallo looks good under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Every attacker we sign that has ability has looked good under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Even Dan James has looked good at times, but I'm not saying that we signed Dan James with the ability. Sancho's lower ahead of Dan James, but I don't worry about Sancho flopping, because I look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's track record for attackers. And, I'm more worried about defender and midfielder flopping at United than attacker, because I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does a good job coaching attackers. And I think Sancho is young, so even if he has one off season like a Kai Havertz or Timo Werner, he's got plenty of time to have a good season. And I think with Sancho, you don't need to worry about him adapting to England, because he's already English and he's lived in Manchester. And all that. Apparently, Fabrizio Romano tweeted Anthony Martial to Man United, 45 million. Here we go. Is this a wind-up tweet? I mean, there's a rumour about Martial going to Real Madrid. Could Man United do a Martial Varane swap deal? Guys, actually, let me know in the live chat. Like, if we did a Martial Varane swap deal, what would be your thoughts on that? Would you be like okay with that? Like, would you trade Martial Varane, or are you like against that? I'm actually like really, really interested to see what people do say about that, because I do like Martial. I'm a big, big fan of Anthony Martial. I won't lie. I'm a big fan of him. But I think if I look at Man United, we need a centre back in the CDM. 13.8k guys, one sub away, so subscribe down below. Let's see if we can hit 13.8k by the end of the stream, because that would be fucking fantastic. And all of that. 350k a week wages, no players worth that much. I mean, there is a quote that Sancho is on the 350k a week wages, which I think is quite a lot. That is quite a lot. I'd say that's a little bit too much, but at the end of the day, it's Sancho. I want to sign him. I think we will have to wait until what Fabrizio Romano says about the wages, because I think Fabrizio Romano quoted 250k, but I can't remember what. But I think that was a year ago. I don't know if he's going to be 350k a week wages. We'll have to see what Fabrizio Romano says. Eunice says, as a Chelsea fan, your videos are amazing. Thank you very much. Andrew says, because Southgate is crap, Grealish and Sancho will probably barely play. Shaw will probably barely get a look. No surprise. Not surprising at this point. Yeah, I do agree. Is it coming home for England? You know what? We won the game, but we weren't great. But I'm going to be positive. I don't agree. I'm not Southgate in. I should have played. I think Grealish should have played, but I have to give credit to Calvin Phillips, Tyrone Mings, and Sterling, all players that proved me wrong today. But Gareth Southgate is a joke manager, says Anton. When Jordan Pickford as goalkeeper, who's a joke goalkeeper? How would Gareth Southgate tactically work today? It worked for Southgate today, but I do think that Croatia team is nowhere near as good as they were in the World Cup. We've got more experience. They've just aged. Do you know what I mean? Starlord says that Sancho Neves, Torres Trippier would be a great window and would leave Ole with no excuses for next season. I do agree to an extent. I do agree. There's CDMs on centre backs. out there want more than Neves and Torres. But I feel like if Ollie got that, I don't think he could disagree unless they weren't players that Ollie wanted, and he could say maybe he wasn't that. But yeah, United need more Pogba. I mean, there's a rumour that Paul Pogba will be at Manchester United player next season. I think after the Euros, we'll know if Paul Pogba's going to stay or go this summer because I think he's very, very focused on France. But the rumour is Paul Pogba. There's actually a speculation rumour that Paul Pogba will sign a new contract if we sign Jadon Sancho, but he'll only sign a new contract if we sign Jadon Sancho because then he'll know we're going somewhere or something like that. And that Pogba's going to stay and run down his deal, but if we have a good transfer window or a good season, he will sign a new deal. But I'm not 100% with that. Fabrizio Romano tweeted Anthony Martial to Manchester United 45 million. Here we go. Did Fabrizio Romano just tweet that or not? I'm very, very confused. Why would Fabrizio Romano tweet that Martial's joined Man United? Is that? I think people are trying to troll me. Please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video, guys. On the road to 14,000 subscribers. So like, subscribe, share. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat. I'm scrolling down to the bottom of my live chat. So any questions, please put them down below. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer allowed Lukaku to leave and he became a world-class now after joining Inter Milan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't prefer Martial to Lukaku because I think he realised Lukaku's touch didn't fit his style of play, and Serie A is an easier league. But I do think that Lukaku's a brilliant player. But I have no issue with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer letting Lukaku leave. What do I think about Wilfred Ndidi? Oh my god, guys, I would 100% take Wilfred Ndidi at Manchester United. I just don't want to negotiate with Leicester. Like, the only reason I'm not all over Wilfred Ndidi to Manchester United because obviously Leicester has signed Soumer. So you're like, wait, Leicester has signed Soumer. Surely they can, like, free up a little bit of Ndidi space for us. You know what I mean? They got Soumer. Come on, let us go take Ndidi. The only reason I'm not over the Ndidi deal is because I don't want to negotiate with Leicester because they will be like 200 million for Ndidi. But like, if I could sign any player in the world, maybe Kimmich or Kante, but Ndidi would be in there. Like, for me, Ndidi, Kimmich, Kante, I would love. I would absolutely love, like I love Mbappe, like I love Neymar, but I don't think it's realistic. The reason I think Rice is more realistic, even though we watch Chelsea, is because one, we've really been linked to Rice, we've barely been linked to Ndidi, and two, the Declan, the Jesse Lingard situation. When I actually think about it, we're going to get 25 million for Jesse Lingard, probably 15 million for Dalot, that's 40 million. Ideally, 10 million for Dan James, 10-15 million for Dan James, that's 55 million and outs. Maybe 5 million for Jones, 60 million. You're thinking Pereira, Matic, Mata. We could probably make about 70 million outs. And this involves keeping Martial and Pogba. You could probably make about 70 million in outs, which will pretty much put us on -10 for the Sancho deal. So -10 is a net spend. So then you've got 50 million on the centre back. So let's say we get Kounde. That's -60. Then 40 million on Locatelli. That's -100 net spend if we did our business right. But I love Ndidi. I just don't think it's realistic. Andrew says he's surprised we have not asked for Pogba for Varane, though. I always have my doubts. Germany wanted Pogba, they've never pushed for him. I think, yeah. I don't know. I just think Real Madrid are like, oh, we could get Pogba on a free next year. I don't know with Real Madrid. The only thing is, though, like Real Madrid for the last 2 years have not been good. Juventus haven't been good. At this current moment in time, I think United could beat Juventus and Real Madrid in a match. We finished second in the best league in the world. Real Madrid finished third in the second best league in the world. And Juventus scraped fourth in the third best league in the world. So, in a weird way, I know we lost to Villarreal and all that, but in a weird way, right now, we're a better team than Real Madrid and Juventus. And people say I'm deluded. I think this time next year, Juventus and Real Madrid will be a better team than us because they've got more invested owners. But, like, Juventus and Real Madrid don't look any closer to winning a Champions League than Man United right now. Like, if Man United play Juventus or Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'd actually have a feeling that we beat them. And, we beat PSG in the Champions League, twice. We're very good. We can beat the big teams. How did I rate Fabio Capello as England coach? I really don't remember him, to be fair. I don't really remember him that well. But he was just like, meh. No, I don't think he was the best. I wasn't like old enough to sit there and complain about him, but I just remember being like, oh, I don't think this is the one, and all of that. But England have loads of shit coaches, haven't we? And this guy says Paul Pogba staying at Manchester United till 2027. I hope you're correct. I'm just going to grab my water, guys. I need a quick swig of water. If you have any questions, guys, please put them down below in the live chat. I'm trying to read out as many live chat questions as I can, and of course subscribe. Let me just take a quick swig of water. So I'm really, really fucking thirsty today. Gavin Vaz says, what was the Sancho update? I've just joined late. Well, the Sancho update. Let's talk about the Sancho update again, because for those that have joined late, they probably joined before the Sancho update and all of that. But basically, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. Okay, Jadon Sancho did not feature for England at all today. He wasn't on the bench. And there's a lot of rumours that come out in the last few days that Man United are going to get this deal done this weekend or in the next week. You know, on Thursday it came out that this deal was going to be done in the next 7 days. Here we go in the next 7 days. So there's a lot of speculation about Jadon Sancho to United and all of that and all this news and all of this. But, you know, two goalies on the bench and not Jadon Sancho. It sparked this, like, always Jadon Sancho off getting this Man United deal done. Is Jadon Sancho not even on the bench because maybe he missed training yesterday to sort something out with Man United? There's all that kind of rumours. And obviously, you know, there's a 4-stage cycle with Man United signing a big player, and we're in stage 3, which means stage 4 is next. Stage 4 is announcing the player. You know, when Man United are about to sign a player, we're linked to them for ages. That's stage 1. We agree personal terms with them. The deal looks really, really close. We got told the deal's probably going to happen. That's stage 2. Stage 3 is when English media outlets get told by Man United, they leak it to the press that we're looking for alternatives because we can't afford them in a last-ditch attempt to see that when they make their second bid, if the club will lower the price. When Man United realise that they're linking stories to the English media doesn't mean Borussia Dortmund will lower the price, doesn't mean Sporting Lisbon will lower the price, doesn't mean Leicester will lower the price. They just go, fuck it, full price, boom, get the player. So that is the Sancho situation. There's rumours that this deal could be secretly done. I mean, and as I said, maybe this deal is secretly done, but United aren't going to keep it secret. United have to tell press everything. And I just say with Jadon Sancho, you know, I think the deal will be done. I think it's a matter of when it's done. But I think we just have to wait until we get that here we go from Fabrizio Romano to be confident. And when we do get that here we go from Fabrizio Romano, I'll be live straight away to keep you guys updated. So the second we sign Sancho, I'll be live straight away. So make sure you do subscribe. So, you know, when we sign Sancho, you'll know straight away as well, because I tell you what, the minute we sign Sancho, it will be a good live stream because I will just be relieved. So yeah, please do subscribe down below if you've not already subscribed to Alice Talks Football. We're on the road to 14,000 subscribers. We're 190 subs away from 14k. 190 subs away from 14k. So like, subscribe. Let's get 14k by the end of June. I know it's a bit ambitious, but let's do it. And it says Real Madrid doesn't want Paul Pogba now, but 2 years ago they wanted him because he was world class, but now he's just normal player. Real Madrid won't go. Pogba would improve Real Madrid. Pogba is world class. Pogba is just inconsistent and all of that. Varane is coming when? I don't know when Varane is coming. I don't know if we'll get Varane. As someone said, is Varane using Man United for a new contract like Ramos did? Man United are in for Varane. Man United would love Varane. We like Varane. We like Kounde. We also admire Romero, Botman, and Pau Torres. We also think Ben White is interesting. Varane seems to be our number 1 first-choice transfer target. And why Varane is Man United's number 1 first-choice transfer target is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants a really experienced player to go in next to Maguire and just transform that defence, have that like Van Dijk kind of like impact. And Varane is that player, but Varane will go where Varane wants to go. If Varane wants to stay at Real Madrid, he'll stay. If Varane wants PSG, he'll go to PSG. I think that is the Varane situation. He will go where he wants to go. Andrew says, Ndidi is quality, even though a bit lacking on the ball, and Leicester will ask, way over the odds. Yeah, I would still take Ndidi in a heartbeat. I would take Ndidi in a heartbeat. Like, subscribe, share, guys. On the road to 14,000 subscribers, 190 subs away. So please do subscribe. So see if we can hit 14,000 subscribers by the end of June. And this guy says Williams to Southampton on loan for next season. I think that will happen, but I think it then depends on Man United getting a CDM. Daniel Fleming says, hi, Alex. I think that Wilfred Ndidi would be a great signing. Look, I would love us to get Wilfred Ndidi. I just don't think we want to go in and negotiate with Leicester. I don't think it's possible. And Tan says, can't wait for Sancho to prove everyone wrong like Bruno did. You know what? Sancho is one of them signings that the fans want as well. I think a lot of our signings that's been flops, the signings that the fans don't want, and the fans go, oh, I don't know if this is the right signing, but Sancho and Bruno, they are signings that the fans were pushing for as well. You've got to remember that. So I think they're less likely to be flops because I think everyone knows that, like, you know, it's unlikely this person will flop because they're perfect. They're exactly what we need and all of that. Someone told me to learn proper maths. I know I probably fucked up my maths there. I do apologise. People asking if Sancho is done. Well, there's this rumour that Sancho deal could be secretly done, and that's why I wasn't involved with England, because he's getting it done. But right now, the Sancho deal is not done. I mean, it could be done, and we just don't know about it. But right now, the Sancho deal is not done, but it could be done any second. It could be done now, but it's whenever it's announced, it's announced. The deal isn't done. I don't want to tell you guys the deal is done because it's not done. It's just rumour and speculation that all this deal is done, all this deal is being done, all this deal is going to be announced tonight. You know, there's a rumour it's going to be announced yesterday, it wasn't announced. There's a rumour it's going to be announced tonight. There's a rumour that, you know, we've been told that the Sancho deal could be announced in the next week from reliable sources. You know, it's been 3 days since, so Sancho deal was not done, but I do think that is very much cooling. It is very, very much cooling, that situation and all of that. Arsenal willing to sign Van der Beek. I swear to God, we better not let Arsenal get their hands on Donny Van der Beek. That would be an absolute disgrace if we let Arsenal get their hands on Donny Van der Beek. Donny Van der Beek should be playing more minutes for Manchester United. Donny and Matic look so much better than McFred. You know what? Another reason I want a CDM is because Donny and Matic, when we played Wolves with Donny and Matic, we played a better brand of football than we played with McFred because we could be more on the front foot, a more technical style of football. And I want to see a CDM, Donny and Bruno in the same team. If Pogba does go, I want to see a CDM, Donny and Bruno in the same team. I think that would work. And I swear to God, I'll be fuming if this Donny to Arsenal rumour is true. Because I tell you what, Arsenal have a better midfield than us. If Arsenal get Basuma and they get Donny Van der Beek, their midfield three will be Partey, Basuma and Donny Van der Beek versus McFred. And games are won and lost in midfield. And, we can't go into next season with McTominay and Fred. Look, we could get Sancho, brilliant. I'll be happy if we sign Sancho. But if we go into next season with McTominay and Fred as our first choice midfield pairing, that is me done. I don't know if I'm pissed at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for still picking Fred over the likes of Donny, or I don't know if I'm pissed at the Glazers, but it will be a disgrace if we go into next season with McFred as our centre-back pairing. It's like, not so midfield pairing. Oh my God, brain is just right now. This guy says, I think we want out Sancho after we unveil our next season jersey, even if we get the deal done before that. I think with Sancho, it's very much like we can get here we go from Fabrizio Romano. I think we'll get here we go from Fabrizio Romano, but I don't think United. I think his medical and all of that wouldn't be till after the Euros, and maybe be announced the Man United shirt sales after the Euros. I feel like now the Euros is on, everyone's so distracted. So Man United won't want to announce Sancho while the Euros are on because I feel like that's quite a distracting time. United want to announce Sancho when nothing's going on, so they're the biggest story. They can break the news. Man United know the minute we announce Sancho, we're going to break the internet. And the minute Fabrizio Romano says, here we go, Sancho to Man United, this guy is going to break the internet. 100%. I mean, honestly, here we go, Sancho to Man United. Fabrizio Romano will break the internet. Everyone knows the minute Man United signs Sancho, it's going to break the internet. Please, Sancho news now. I'm just joining. The latest on Sancho is there's a rumour that Sancho and Man United deal could be secretly done and about to be announced this week, but it's only a rumour, not from any reliable outlets, so I don't want to feed false information. It's more speculation of Sancho wasn't even in the bench, but two centre-backs were. Is it because Sancho's missed the training to get this Man United deal done? Was it because Sancho's getting this Man United deal done? And all of that. I mean, I doubt Arsenal will sign Van der Beek, but if they did, I'd be absolutely fuming. Jeremiah says, Alice, I think Varane and Kounde is the right partner for Maguire because Maguire needs someone with pace near him. What do you think? Yeah, I agree. I think Varane and this is why I don't want Pau Torres. I think he's too similar to Maguire. I know he gets called BT Lindelof because he looks like Lindelof, but it's too similar to Maguire. I 100% agree with this comment. It's very, very important to have a centre-back with pace because I think Maguire's weakness is that he has to run off players because he doesn't have the pace to deal with it, and because of the lack of pace at the back, we have to play a deeper line, which means we can't play as nice brand of football. We have to protect the centre-backs, and, the way we move isn't good enough. So, yeah, 100%. I think pace is so important. Dalot, loan offer given. Yes, so David Dio, AC Milan have made a new loan offer for Diego Dalot, which includes an option to buy. That is the latest news coming from Di Marzio, a very, very reliable journalist, so we know it's facts. Although I'm trying to read out this story, but my whole Twitter and everything is frozen. Why is my Twitter not working? Great. Also, I think Memphis Depay has gone to Barcelona as well. Talking of flops, Memphis Depay is a bit like Sancho, but obviously not as high key as Sancho. He's never the level of Sancho. But I was so all over Man United getting Memphis Depay and it didn't work out. But then that was Louis Van Boring. To be fair with Depay. I hope Sancho ain't a Depay. I think Sancho can't be Depay because I think he's coming at a higher level and all of that. But obviously Depay was a Man United fan. He wanted Man United. Depay is that. I know our biggest flop is probably Sanchez. Fucking hell. What is wrong with me today? But Depay for me was the biggest disappointment of a transfer because I really thought Depay was going to be the shit. But he's so glad that his career is back on track and stuff. Because I always knew there was a good player in Depay. I never thought it really worked for him at Man United, but I was a big fan of Depay. Andrew says, ridiculous. Donny played so little. Dutch league stopped in March, and our squad came off a season well into the summer. No reason he did not play more. Donny Van de Beek needs game times, or he's going to ruin his career. He's such a good player, but he's barely played for a year and a half now. He's not in the Euros because of injuries. what Donny van de Beek needs is a consistent run of games. Like that's 100% what Donny van de Beek needs. Someone asked me what happens to Martial. Thank you very much for the super chat. I have no idea what's happening with Martial. There's a rumor about him going to Real Madrid. There's this rumor about him going to Real Madrid. But as far as I'm aware, Martial will still be a Man United player next season. But if there is any like big news updates on Martial or any real strong indication that he's leaving, of course I'll be live straight away to give you all the updates on Martial and the Sancho situation. So make sure to subscribe. So if Martial goes, there will be a video right away. If we sign a player, there'll be a video right away. Look, I think Martial to Man United, I don't know if he's going to stay or go. I love Martial, but this hasn't been the season for him. Maybe he wants to move. But there's a few rumours about him going to Real Madrid and a few rumours about him leaving. But because there's no strong rumours or strong indications, I can't really tell you. It's just sort of rumours and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we sign Martial. But hopefully Martial stays and we sign Sancho and sign CDM. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure about Martial's situation. To be fair, again, it's no one super reliable, to be honest. But thank you very much for the super chat. If you guys have any questions for me regarding ins and outs, possible transfers, or any questions you just want my opinion on, please do comment them down below. Jadon Sancho says Calvin Phillips for Dan James podcast. Probably doable, to be fair. But I think the thing about Calvin Phillips is I don't know if I want a CDM from the Premier League because they'd just be overpriced, like an English CDM. I think Calvin Phillips was brilliant today, but I still think, as I said earlier, the reason Calvin Phillips was so good is because of Declan Rice's defensive ability. Gave Calvin Phillips the ability to free roam. Calvin Phillips went forward and he did going forward, and we need a CDM that's going to do what Declan Rice did today. As good as Calvin Phillips was, Declan Rice did all the defending, so Calvin Phillips could be really like expressive going forward and make those runs forward and free roam. And we need Pogba to do what Calvin Phillips did and Declan Rice did what Declan Rice did. But I'd take Calvin Phillips over no CDM, but he was very impressive today. But I don't know if he's the CDM for United as well. I think there's better CDMs abroad. If we don't sign a CDM and centre back, then next season will be the same or flop. I 100%. We have at least get one. If we don't sign both CDM and centre back, it's a joke. But it's not just about signing a CDM and centre back. It's about signing the right CDM and centre back. I think if you sign Pau Torres, okay, he's better than Lindelof, but I don't think he's the right centre back. You could sign Tyrone Mings, you could sign Pau Torres. Cool, we signed a centre back, but they're not the right centre backs. We need that centre back that's going to partner Maguire, and Maguire and this centre back are going to be You could see Varane and Maguire lifting a Premier League title as a pairing, but you couldn't really see Tyrone Mings and Maguire lifting a Premier League title as a centre-back pairing. So I think it's really important we sign a CDM and centre-back, but it's really important we get the right CDM and centre-back. We get a quick centre-back that's going to work next to Maguire, that's very mobile, and we get a good CDM that's able to hold on their own so Pogba can have that free roll. I think that is what's so important about Man United as well. But we have to sign a centre-back and CDM for next season. I swear to God, if we're playing our big 6 games with Lindelof, Maguire, and McTominay and Fred in that sort of 4, I will be freaking fuming. Honestly, I could not sit through like that Fred Lindelof shit. Oh, it would kill me. It would absolutely kill me. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please do subscribe down below. We're on the road to 14,000 subscribers. We're 170 subs away from 14k, 170 subs away. So get subscribing because look, if you subscribe, I'm going to update you on all the latest Manchester United news. We'll hopefully be getting some guests on the channel this week, doing a few more shows, talking about United, talking about Euros as well. We'll cover a little bit of the Euros. It's a United channel, but we will talk obviously about the Euros. We talked a little bit about England, obviously, and because the reason I want to talk about the Euros as well is because we're seeing Dennis Zakaria play. We're seeing Locatelli play. I think the massive thing about the Euros is we're all watching these guys play that we want at Man United and looking if they're right for Man United. So please do subscribe. We're on the road to 14,000 subscribers. Every sub is really appreciated. So if you want to subscribe, please do subscribe. And any questions you have, put them down below in the live chat. Doing daily Manchester United content and news throughout the transfer window, so you don't want to miss out on any big news. Rice clear of Phillips. I don't like the word clear, but I would take Rice over Phillips, even though Phillips is more affordable. Jeremiah says, Alice, if we sell Lingard for 25 million, Henderson for 14, Pereira for 15, and Jones for 10, how many signings do you think we'll make? Hopefully 3 good ones, 4. Probably 4. The rumour is we want a backup right back, a CDM, a right winger, and a centre back. So if you got all those players out, I would expect Jadon Sancho, either Kounde or Varane, a decent CDM like Locatelli, and a Kieran Trippier. That's what I'd expect. But Man United never give me what I expect. I have high expectations for the Manchester United, but I'm always disappointed because I'm like, you know what, United, you were in a very good position. You are 3 signings away from being in a very good place. You're a Jadon Sancho with Declan Rice and a Jules Kounde away from being in a very good place. 3 signings, 1 transfer window, very, very doable. But United, you know what they'll do? They'll get you Tyrone Mings, they'll get you Jadon Sancho, and they call it a day. And it's half a transfer window, and we go into the next transfer window needing another 3 players. And I'm always disappointed by Manchester United. Lingard rumoured to be staying. That is a rumour. I don't think so. Look, I love Jesse Lingard. He's been fantastic at West Ham. But for his career, it's best if he leaves, because he will just get the Donny and Axel Tuanzebe treatment. He will get the Donny and Axel Tuanzebe treatment. He won't play, and to be good, he needs to run a game. But also, I don't know if he suits Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system. We've got Bruno Fernandes. As much as I love Jesse Lingard, I just think, for his career, please leave. That, I love Lingard. He's one of my favourite players. Even when Lingard was playing bad, if you watch some of my videos from last year when Lingard was in the worst form of his life, I was just like, I love Lingard, but he's been shit. I've always loved Lingard, but I think because I love him for his career, I think he would have to leave United, if you want my honest opinion. I'm trying to read out as many live chats as possible, so please do put them down below in the live chat. People are trying to troll me and tell me that Fabrizio Romano has tweeted about Sancho, but he has not yet. Sancho, Dembele, Koeman are options, but we're only leaking Dembele, Koeman stories just to see if Dortmund will lower their price if they think we're going to actually get someone else. But Dortmund won't bush. It's stage 3 out of stage 4 of Man United transfers. It's just before we sign a player, we leaked that we're not going to get them. We're looking at a cheaper alternative, and then we sign them. But yeah. This guy says Martial does not speak up against the hate he gets, unlike Rashford. This does not give the media the right to say stupid things to get him, lest us not spoil the mental health of a player who's out of form. This is something I was talking about, actually. I was talking on TikTok, and we're talking about pet peeves on TikTok. And I said my biggest football pet peeve is the English media bias. I tell you this now, my biggest football pet peeve is the English media bias. And some media having the Man United agenda, but if Rashford puts in a stinker, the media won't talk about it. If Martial had been playing like Rashford have been playing the last 2 months, the media be going on about it. Martial has 1 bad game, he's all of a sudden Satan. Rashford has one bad game, he's ignored. Dean Henderson makes a mistake, they brush it off. De Gea makes a mistake, time to go. Pogba changes his hair, it's 90% negative. Oh, what's wrong with Pogba? Foden changes his hair, he's a fucking legend. I hate the English media narrative, I have to admit, I feel bad for Martial, because I think Martial is better than the media make him out to be. He's had an off-season, but we know that Martial got 17 non-penalty goals in the Premier League last season. The bias to English players is my biggest... I hate the bias to English players. I mean, and even the Man United agenda, like the Phil Foden, Mason Greenwood, it was all Mason Greenwood. If they're both English, they'll attack the Man United player. I think the attacking the Man United player in the media pisses me off. I love Phil Foden. He's a brilliant player, but fucking hell, he's so bum-lit by the English media. The English media are making him out to be Messi, and they love him and they attack Greenwood as well. That's something that the English media, oh my God, when it comes to those kind of things, they do my head in. Please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. We're covering all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. Do you think we'll sell either De Gea or Henderson? I think we're going to keep... We can't keep both, I agree. I'd like to keep De Gea, but I think Henderson will be kept. Will players ask my opinion on Kessie? I would 100% take Kessie at Man United. I really admired him watching him in the Europa League. I thought he was a solid player. I personally would take Kessie at Man United. I'm a big fan of him. I mean, I'd take Locatelli. The more and more I think about it, as much as I'd love Declan Rice, as much as White Wolford and Didi, if I'm thinking a CDM £40 million, I would take Locatelli for £40 million to Manchester United. That's the CDM I want. But yeah, 100% of mine, 100%. If we sign Sancho, will you drink? I will have. Where will be up? The minute we get our here we go, Jadon Sancho signed. The live stream will be booming. I tell you what, the minute we sign Jadon Sancho, there will be one good live stream. Maybe I'll drink and all of that, but I'm definitely not drinking for a little bit. I'm a little hungover right now doing the stream. I don't know if it's noticeable. Maybe that's why I'm slurring on my words, because I'm a little bit hungover. I won't lie. But we have to go out. We have to have fun. England win, sun, and alcohol, but I didn't drink today actually, so that's fine. Only 57 likes needed for 200 likes, guys, so please do smash that like button, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. I know I plug my channel a lot, but I really want to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the transfer window, so I'm going for 14k by the end of June, and we are 180 subs away, 170 subs away from 14k, 170 subs away, so please please do subscribe. 20 subscribers away from 13.850. 20 subscribers away from 13.850. So please do subscribe. Jason says, Neves is the CDM we need. Need a CDM that defends space like Carrick did. And Neves is that player, says Jason. I don't know about that. I think I would take Neves over no CDM, but my ideal CDM would be Declan Rice. But Neves is a decent player, but I don't know if he's the player we want. But that's my opinion. But I respect all opinions here. What's your opinion on everything? Let me know. I know. I'm trying to read out as many live chats as possible, so please do put questions in chat. Any updates on Holland versus Ukraine? I'm not watching the game. Because Donny is not playing because he's injured. The thing is, if a Man United player is playing in a Euro game, like, I will want to watch. Hence why Wales. I watch Wales. Hence why I watch United. Hence why I watch England. But there's like no Man United playing unless it's like a big game like France, Portugal, which obviously United players. And I'm not watching it. I'm not following it that much and all of that. I'm going to give a quick swig of water, then I'm going to get into a bit more transfer news. So please hit that like button, subscribe down below. Any questions you have, put them in the live chat while I just take some water. Half the water dripped on me there. Brilliant. Oh, well, I'm really hot, so it's fine. Utsav, I don't know if that's how I say your name, but it's how I'm going to pronounce it. Says, Martial is definitely a talented player, but the problem is his work rate is shit. The reason Rashford gets away with bad performances is because his work rate is almost unmatched. I do agree that Rashford has a better work rate than Martial, but I don't know if it's Martial's work rate. I think it's just the way he presents himself. Rashford presents himself a lot better. Like, Martial looks like he's not bothered, but I feel like he is bothered, but it's just the way he looks, and I don't think he means to look that way. Maybe that's me. Daniela Stewart says the English media is bad, but it's also down to the English fans that pander and lap the bullshit. I think so, but I think a lot of English fans hate the English media bias. I think it's the English media. Like, if Martial has a bad game, they will go on and on about it. Like, if Martial puts in a stinker, they go on and on about it. If Rashford puts in a stinker, like, no one wants to talk about it. That's the only thing that annoys me. Like, the media do suck off a lot of English players. I'm just moving my laptop back a little bit. Do you think Lingard will be used to buy Rice? Potentially, but unlikely. As I said, if United sign Declan Rice, I will give £100 away to one of you subscribers. So if you think we're going to sign Declan Rice, go subscribe because you can win £100. But I don't think we're going to sign Declan Rice because we know we're going to get Sancho. That's 80 million. If we get Sancho, we're not going to spend 90 million on Declan Rice unless Paul Pogba goes and unless Declan Rice pushes for the move. Rice wants Chelsea over United. Rice ain't pushing for the move. £90 million. Jesse Lingard, you could probably get for 60. United, we're not run by Abramovich. We're not by Sheikh Mansour. We probably won't get him. As much as it's possible, but unlikely. But I would absolutely love Declan Rice. But as I said, if we get him, I'll give £100 away. Because, like, I would be happy if we signed Declan Rice. I'd be happy to give £100 away. Like, prove me wrong, Blazers. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Honestly, I'd love the Glazers. I mean, the Glazers are arseholes, but I'd love them to prove me wrong this summer and sign Rice, sign Sancho, sign Varane, sign Trippier. The next window go for a Kane, then we go for Kounde, we go for a Zakaria, but expectations are low. Jemai says if Sancho was not a target, would you prefer Rafinha or Dembele, or who would you target? Probably Rafinha. Cinnamon in the Premier League, not as injury prone, younger, I think. So probably Rafinha, to be fair. Rishab says, I don't know if that's how you say your name, says Declan Rice is the perfect player for United. We can spend 70 million on him. We should go for Basuma, Locatelli, Zakaria. I 100% agree with this comment. Listen to this comment here. This is my thought. I think Declan Rice would be perfect, but we can't afford to spend 70 million on him because we're spending 80 million on Sancho. So yeah, we should be going for Basuma, Zakaria, and Locatelli. I 100% agree with that comment. I 100% agree. The signing I want is Kesse, Sancho, Varane, and Trippier. Who do you want? I mean, if we sign those four players, I'd be absolutely happy. My ideal window is Sancho, Kounde, and Locatelli because I'm trying to be a bit realistic with the Rice thing. I think Rice won't happen. My dream realistic window is Sancho, Kounde, Locatelli, and ideally Trippier as well. But if I was going to make with Glazers, I don't want to have my dream window too out of reach. So yeah. Andrew says the English media agenda and how they pick their favourites is just ridiculous. I agree. If you hate the English media agenda, hit that like button down below. Someone's saying Sterling better than Martial. It depends. Some months Martial's better, some months Sterling's better. I think it all depends on form. I think Martial on his day is better than Sterling on his day. But maybe I'm just biased. I'm probably just a biased Man United fan saying that. I think if I was a City fan, I'd say it the other way around. Maybe that's just me being biased. Any questions, please do put them down below in the live chat. I'm trying to read as many questions as I can before I end the live stream. If Manchester United are going for Varane and Kounde, I think they should do it now. I hate delay. United always delay to buy or bring in players. I 100% agree with this comment again. A very good comment here. The thing is, Chelsea want a centre-back. I think PSG want a centre-back. There's a lot of teams wanting a centre-back. Liverpool have got their centre-back of choice in Kounde. Bayern have got their centre-back of choice in Upamecano. And Real Madrid have got a centre-back of choice in David Alaba. So 3 clubs, before the transfer window even opened, had signed their centre-back of choice because there's a shortage of centre-backs out there. If Chelsea get Kounde and PSG get Varane, who are our first 2 choice centre-backs because we take too long on the deal and stalling the deal because we think we play the long game, we can get them cheaper. That then leaves us with Pau Torres, that I don't think is ready for Man United. Christian Romero, that could be a good signing, or Sven Botman, that I don't know much about. But then because there's a shortage of centre-backs and we're the only club looking at it and they know we're desperate, instead of getting Christian Romero for 40 million, they could say 60 million, you end up overpaying. And I think it's very, very important that we do get this Sancho deal done today. I've secretly done brilliant, probably not, but United. I think it's very, very important that we do get the Sancho done in the next week and we do focus on the centre back because a lot of clubs have got their centre back signing of choice already, which means we just get the ones that no one wants or the ones that are overpriced. Like CDMs, Locatelli's around, but Cooper minus 20 million gone, Suma 20 million gone, 20 million for 2 very good young CDMs, absolute bargains. We're missing out on the bargains because Arsenal could get Basuma, City could get Sakaria. Locatelli goes to Juventus, and all of a sudden, it's Declan Rice, but we can't afford him. So you either get the CDMs that no one really wants. So let's say no one wants Neves, and Neves probably isn't the right CDM for us, or you get the CDM that's just out of our price range, like Declan Rice, and be able to overpay. So I think it's massively important that Man United get the Sancho deal done and try and sign a centre-back or a CDM as quick as possible. This person says thoughts on Sancho 85 million, Basuma 30 million, Varane 40 million, Trippier 20 million, total 175 million, and sell Jesse, Diogo, Deadwood, raise 70 million, odd net spend 100 million. I mean, that would be perfect. But yeah, I do agree. I think that would be the perfect way to go about the transfer window. But United won't do that, and I don't know what that accent was, but we move. Sancho around Paulinho. I've been told about Paulinho a lot. Paulinho. I haven't really done my research on him. I always say I'm going to research him, but I don't. But the minute we're actually linked to him, there will be research on him. Because I don't know a lot about him. Who would you prefer, Varane, Kounde, or Pau Torres? Kounde first, Varane second, Pau Torres third. Adrian S says, what do you think the budget for transfers is and how realistic is it to get more than just Sancho if we're upgrading Carrington and Stadium? We're talking of transfers. Fucking hell, we need to upgrade the stadium and facilities. Jeez. So much we need to do. Just a shame we don't have the ambitious owners. Bin said 150 million plus money brought on playing sold. I have no idea what you're replying to, Nick, but I know apparently we're meant to have a net spend of 150 million according to rumours, but I think that's a PR spin. I think United do like to leak these Trippier, Varane, Kounde stories. We're going to spend 150 million stories. The Manchester Evening News said we're going to sign a right back, a CDM, a right winger, a centre back. Probably not. I think a lot of the stories that get leaked are Man United PR spins. I'm trying to read out as many live chats as possible before I do end the live stream. But guys, if you just joined the live stream and you've not really seen my face before, you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks. So I know I say this like every 10 minutes in my live stream, but it actually means a lot. I'm trying to do daily Manchester United content throughout the transfer window. So if you don't want to miss out on any Manchester United news, any juicy Man United gossip, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe so you're always updated on the latest regarding Manchester United news, transfers, and more, as it does mean a lot, and we are trying to grind out throughout this transfer window with the Man United news. I'm just going through my live chats, but I can't read them all. So, do I think the Trippier deal is important? Yeah, I feel we do need a backup right back, and I'd like us to sign one, but I think it goes CDM, centre back, right winger, then backup right back. To be fair, it's like there's a lot of players I'd like us to sign. Like we get linked to Grealish. And I'm like, I'd love us to sign Grealish, but I don't think it's the be-all or end-all if we get Grealish or not. Like, I think it's the be-all or end-all if we get a CDM or not, because we can't go into next season with Fred. And it's like with Trippier and a right back. I'd like us to sign a back at right back, but it's not like a CDM. It's not like if we don't. The thing is, if we don't sign Trippier, we've got Wan-Bissaka, and if he gets injured, we've got Axel Tuanzebe, which isn't. It's not the best situation for backup playing a centre back at right back, but it's all right. But if we don't sign the CDM, we go into next season with Tom and Fred. If we don't sign Trippier, we have Wan-Bissaka. And that's the situation. We don't sign a centre back, we've got Lindelof. So that's my feeling on the Trippier situation. It's important, but it's not priority important. I think it's a good signing, but not there. Do you think Locatelli would be a great alternative to Rice? I think because of the price and all of that, and what I've seen of him for Italy so far, Locatelli I would take. I've become a big fan of Locatelli. I wasn't aware of him, but recently I've become a big fan of Locatelli. How likely is the Varane deal? I could not tell you that. I could not tell if he's using us. We do know from Fabrizio Romano, very, very reliable Johns, that Man United are really in for Varane and they really like him. And I think Varane will leave Real Madrid. There's no indication of him staying. But I just think, it's Man U, Chelsea, and PSG in for Varane. If Chelsea want Varane, and they will get Varane because Chelsea are better in the transfer market than us. If Varane wants United, we can get Varane, but only if Varane wants United. So I don't know if Varane wants United or not. So I think there's a chance we get Varane. I think there's a chance we get Kounde. I think I'm very confident we'll get centre back. I think signing centre back is very likely, but I couldn't tell you what centre back. But I do think Varane would be a good choice. I think Aston Villa would demand 90 million for Jack Grealish. Look, I love Jack Grealish, but I just think we'd be outpriced on him as well. I think he's a brilliant player, but we'd be outpriced. This person says, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name, but he says Locatelli and Kessie is talented mids, but they might have to adjust to the league. I don't want another hell nah. Rice is perfect, but cheaper option would be Basuma. Yeah, to be fair, he doesn't want another pie, sorry, I misread that. But yeah, I think Basuma would be great. The sad thing is, Basuma could be going to Arsenal, guys. Now, I really don't want Arsenal to sign Basuma. Like, I would not be happy if Arsenal signed Basuma because they got Partey that I actually would have taken at Man United, and they get Basuma, and they have Basuma. Even though Arsenal are shit, Arsenal banter FC. If they have Basuma and Partey and we have no Fred, they can banter us for that. And if you get bantered by Arsenal fans, that is embarrassing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read out the latest Manchester United situation for everyone that has joined the live chat. So for everyone that's just joined, I'm going to fill you in with all the latest news before I end the stream. And that is that there's rumours that the Sancho deal could be secretly done. That's why Sancho wasn't even involved for England at all today. There's rumours that this deal could be announced in the next week, but it is just rumours. So don't take my word for it. I'm not saying that it's happened. I'm not saying that it's done. All I say is keep an eye out for Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. The minute Sancho is confirmed as a Man United player, I will be live. So subscribe. If you want to know the minute we sign Sancho, I'll be live, unless I'm not at home. So do subscribe. So that was the latest on the Sancho situation. Varane there's indication that Varane has no chance of signing a new contract at Real Madrid and he will leave. That's the latest, that Varane will leave Real Madrid. The latest news also coming in today is that Man United are a big fan of Declan Rice. This has come from 90 Minute, but we will be looking at Ruben Neves as a possible alternative. And obviously, we'd like Trippier, but 40 million is too much for him. That's kind of the transfer news surrounding Manchester United today. The story that we want Sancho, we want a centre back, we want a right back, but we want a CDM, which kind of links in to all the stories I've been talking about. That is the latest in terms of the Manchester United transfer news today. But I am going to end the live stream here, guys. So thank you very much to everyone tuning into the live stream. Please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Diego says your owners need to back Ollie, and Ollie can't start the season cold unlike last season. I 100% agree with that comment, Diego. When will Sancho sign? Any chance before Euro ends? I said I'm very confident we will sign Sancho. I've got a list of reasons why the Sancho deal will happen. I think it's a matter of when it will happen, not will it will happen. And unfortunately, I can't tell you that. But there's rumours about it happening before the Euros, but I honestly don't know. But Locatelli was a beast and all of that. But I am going to end the live chat here. But everybody, thank you for contributing your comments in the live chat. I'm most likely to be live tomorrow night. If any interesting news comes out in the next 24 hours, I will be live tomorrow night. So subscribe to Alice Talks Football, 5 live streams a week, keeping you updated on all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. Like, subscribe, share. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Bye.